What's going on, Leo? Welcome to your weekly forecast for the week of November 9th through the 15th of 2020. Hope you are doing great. Hope you had a great weekend, great week. Lots going on in the astrology this week. So let's just jump right in. The week does start off with Venus opposing Mars, stationed retrograde. Venus in your third house, Mars in your ninth house. This is definitely a pull between, I would say, this is the Venus, this feminine energy, trying to take in all the information in a very open and beautiful and understanding way, and to not just get stuck in beliefs, and to not just think that I guess you know it all. This is definitely the feminine energy taking over the masculine energy. Like, we haven't seen these two planets oppose each other in their home signs like this since 1941. This is a long time. And this is definitely, I would say, the beauty of what is factual, what makes sense in your environment that's taking over, that's going to be much more important. And Mars going direct here in your ninth house is a big deal too, because I think that there is this expansion that needs to take place. But I think that, in a sense, you have to take action for what expansion you do want. And is it factual? Is it beautiful? Does it bring harmony? Does it make you feel good? And I think that that's kind of, what needs to be looked at the beginning of the week is what actually feels good and what makes sense, and what makes sense and brings you the beauty that you are looking for in your environment. And maybe you don't have to look out into the whole world to find it, in a sense. Mercury is going to ingress from your third house into your fourth house, where it's going to meet up with the moon, the sun, for the new moon this week on the 14th, on Saturday. So it's definitely a big time that Mercury's going to oppose Uranus retrograde again for the third and final time this end of the week on Sunday. So there's definitely this big shift too of being able to communicate your emotions. And I would say that, with Uranus in your 10th too, like, if you're able to communicate the deep, you could say the deep emotions that you really want to put out there, that are going to they're going to liberate you. If you're able to communicate that and express it and express that beauty, it's going to take you to your goals. It's going to liberate you and help you reach the top of the mountain that you're trying to climb. And that's going to help so much. This new moon's a trip in your fourth house, and it's going to be trining Neptune. The sun will be earlier in the week. And it's also going to be quincunx the North Node. So this is a big new moon, and it's, the last one but before the eclipse cycle that we're coming into. So this is definitely a big realization of your deep emotional wants, your deep emotional security, and trying to find out what really does bring you, what makes you feel good. And I think that you really have to go deep within yourself to figure that out with Mercury there, and to ask the questions of, what new cycle do you want to start within yourself that's going to take you higher, that's going to bring you more expansion and show you the world. And I think this quincunx to the North Node is like, where are you emotionally ready to go into the future that you desire? And are you emotionally ready to connect to the people that can connect to that deeper security within yourself and that deeper self-image? And there has to be some kind of vibe there. And then, Neptune in the 8th with this is like, it could almost be like there's a foggy, sense of, well, what needs to be let go of so that beautiful things can blossom. And I think if you can see through that fog, there's definitely a huge transformation taking place. And to be honest, it's going to take place in your sixth house. Your reality, the day-to-day stuff, with Jupiter and Pluto making their final conjunction in your sixth house. You're never going to have this transit again in your life. This is it. So this is definitely, I would say having you, if you're able to see through the fog and let go of what needs to be let go of, so that you can make the biggest transformation in your immediate reality that makes the most sense, that's going to help yourself and going to help others. And there's this purity. If you can let go of anything that isn't pure, that isn't of the deep emotional connection that you want this week, big things are going to happen. It's a huge transit taking place in your sixth house. And it can be stressful, I think, if you're not willing to let go of whatever it is. And by being delusioned that you have to hold on to something that if it was just let go of, it would take you to a beautiful new place and open up so many doors. And I think in a sense, this is trying to open up a new reality This is that final hit. So what in your reality can you change by stepping into your true emotional security and really actualizing from that space and being able to speak from it and to be able to put it together in your environment and to see the beauty and to see the harmony of the immediate reality and the immediate environment that you can have if you're willing to expand and liberate yourself from anything that's holding you back from goals. And if you can really step into the future you want to create and to make sure that you're creating it from a pure place with people that want to create it with you. Definitely a big week. But I would say it's a pretty positive one overall. I mean, this is definitely trying to open up big new doors in your reality by letting in more knowledge and being able to speak to that and being able to let your emotions guide you in the most positive way. And you got the 7 of Wands upright. Yeah, I mean, I would say that, like, in a sense, you could be definitely fighting off things in life or people in life that aren't letting you take the high ground emotionally, or they're holding you back from the future or your greatest desires. And in a sense, it's like, this is definitely time for you to take the higher ground, but from within yourself. So it's almost like a go deep within to find the higher ground, to stand in the security within yourself and to make reality what you want it. And, you might have to, fight away some negative energy and let something take off, and so that something beautiful can come in. And I would say hold your ground. Hold your ground. Whatever your desires are that are going to make you feel good and they align with you on a deep level, you got to hold your ground, make that happen, and watch reality transform for you. And I would say that the biggest stress would come is if you're letting other people dictate the reality for you. It's time to dictate it for yourself. I love you all very much, Leo. I hope you have a great week. I'll see you next time. Peace.